Hello everyone, I'm making this video to give you my thoughts about chapter 11 of Knights of the Fallen Empire, tell you what I found good, what I found bad, and basically everything that's on my mind. Okay, first off, this chapter is a buggy mess, right? In order to play it, I've tried both my accounts, all of the characters, on two different computers. What I have to do is start the chapter, go through the first conversation with Theron Shan, fly to Zakul, meet Eric Jorgen, see him completely naked in that first cutscene, go through the entire first phase of meeting him, greeting him, then being ambushed, dealing with the ambush, and then figuring out what to do next, go out of this area, and at that point reset the chapter and start all over again in order to actually complete it. Because if I don't restart, not only is he naked, but he actually disappears. As soon as I exit the first area, unless I restarted the chapter, he never shows up and I have no way of calling him. So I don't know if there's a fix or whatever, it's just I'm paying $15 per month on two accounts for 20 minutes of story, which is what that chapter is, and I at least want it to work. So as far as game-breaking bugs, that's the only one. However, there is another one towards the end. There is a brief scene of your companions going into a fight, and Koth is not in this scene, regardless of whether he's meant to be there or not. And following that scene, his voice can be heard in the radio communication, again, even if he's not there. So basically, he's not in the scene, but he is in the conversation, and the way it should be is he should either be in both or be absent from both. With that said, how's the actual chapter? I suppose not too different from the previous one. It did feel a little shorter. With the previous one, I was okay at the point that it ended. Here, I felt like it ended a little sooner than I wanted it to. But at the same time, it had some better aspects, like you have one line when you meet Jorgen, which is unique to each class. It may not be much, but it's better than nothing, especially for people who play all the classes like me. He does react a little differently to Imperial and Republic characters, as he should, but for the most part, this is the Trooper chapter, like the previous one was the Imperial Agent one. Here, if you play a female Trooper who romanced Jorgen, it's a good, satisfying experience, and it's one of the better chapters. But if you play anything else, the chapter is just mediocre and rather short. This time, going dark side doesn't really change anything. You arrive, you meet Jorgen, and you get sucked into, let's call it, his quest. He's the one who makes the decisions, even if you don't agree with him. He doesn't listen to you, he goes his own way. And there has been some debate over whether that's right or wrong. I have to say, it felt alright for the most part, like especially when playing the Republic characters, it was fine. However, I do agree that if you're playing your Dark Side Sith Inquisitor or Dark Side Sith Warrior, you probably will go out of character. When you disagree with him, he says, "No, I'm in charge here, we'll do what I say." You should be able to just pull out a lightsaber and be like, "Fuck you." But no, that's not possible. It didn't bother me much. But anyway, the chapter is pretty much on rails. You go through that story, and at the end, you find out that Scorpio has pretty much solved the mystery and found out how you should combat the Eternal Fleet, and you're going to war. Now that ending does come a little bit out of nowhere, but I was expecting it. I was expecting that something like Isotope 5 will appear, something that will kickstart the Arkan Resistance, or the Alliance, I suppose I should call it. So the chapter isn't bad. If you're comparing it to chapter 10, it's certainly not worse. It's probably a little better. Jorgen's voice acting is also very good, by the way. I liked him before, but now he does an even better job, I think. And especially, my first playthrough with the Trooper was pretty great. There were some unique lines for the romance that are very good. So if you have a Trooper who's romanced Jorgen, you'll probably enjoy the chapter. If not, you probably won't enjoy it that much. But tell me if I've missed anything, and tell me what you thought about the chapter. And I guess that was all from me. Thank you very much for watching, and until next one, stay tuned and be good.